What's up, guys? Good morning. It's Sunday. Hopefully you've been having a great weekend so far. Tomorrow's Monday. The market's opening. So I wanted to make you a video talking about Mullen stock, ticker symbol MULN. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. Think about subscribing. We make Mullen content every single day. We talk the good, the bad, the ugly. Today we're going to be going over an exact price target that I think Mullen is going to next. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be going over some news, obviously the charts, and we're going to be looking at a theory that I think is in play for Mullen because of what's happened in the past. So you definitely want to stay tuned for this whole video. Don't forget to like this video. Let's get this content out to more people so we can get more retail into Mullen stock. Of course, nothing I say is financial advice. You guys know I'm not a financial advisor. I just give you my own opinion. You should do your own research. Don't forget to grab your coffee. Here's mine. 4:30 in the morning, let's get it. First thing I wanna show you guys is the newest news from Market Beat, Mullen Automotive, the good news, the bad, and the ugly outlook. We're not gonna go through the whole article, just gonna show you a couple things to give you my opinion on it. So obviously Mullen Automotive released the results of the shareholder vote. All measures were passed, which is great news. I told you guys this last week. If Proposal 2 voted no, I would be concerned about my position in Mullen stock, but since it was a yes, I was not concerned. What happened immediately after that call with David? Well, the stock went up about 18%. Okay, so congrats if you were holding. Mullen Automotive's price action is heating up again and the charts look as good as ever, which is true. I'll show you in a minute. The caveat is that short selling and bearish activity is just as hot as ever and will likely keep the action volatile. If nothing else, the latest news from the company is the results of the shareholder vote. True, which includes approvals of all measures. I also believe that the CTB has increased. Last time we looked at it, it was over 17%. So shares are still available, but they're raising the cost to borrow, which last time they did this, we had a huge run. Let's go over this real quick. So obviously the shareholder vote went through. Now the goal is to get to $1, right? We have until March 6, 2023 to get the price back over $1. Now this is what I think will happen. I think the price will rise, and I'll show you the charts and exactly where the target is that I think Mullen is going, but I think we will start diluting before we get to $1. I just think it's gonna happen. So expect a lot of volatility, learn how to trade the stock, understand where it's moving. All right, so where's Mullen going next? This is all that really matters because news is great, and I'm gonna talk about the news in a second that Mullen has been putting out and what I absolutely think is going to happen this week before this month is over, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why, and I want your opinion on if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me, but let's look at the charts. So we see the RSI, right? We have been making higher lows, which is great news. If the RSI has come down and we were making lower lows, then that would be very concerning. We also have, if you can see, this is a mess, but this is how I read the charts. We have descending trend lines coming down and we have some that are going up, okay? So we've been trading basically in this zone of about 41 cents to 27 cents and we've just kind of been going up and down. So something big is gonna happen. We're either gonna make a move up, which we would need to get above this descending trend line, above 36 cents, if you can see it right there. And then the next move would be above the next descending trend line, which would be around 44 cents. Now you could see in the past, we've always come up, tested it, and then crashed down, right? And then if we also look at the Fibonacci's, we can see that it has been lining up exactly. And if you're a part of the Patreon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We go over deep chart analysis in there. So if you want to join, it's $7 a month. It's the best way to support this channel and helps me bring you better content every single week. Check out the links down below. But the price target of where I'm looking at for Mullen stock next is about 51 cents, okay? And that's way up there. Now, why is this? Well, from my analysis and what I've been doing the last 2 months with Mullen stock, it's looking like we can definitely hit this zone if we do the things that I said before. If we break this trend line, if we break this trend line, I think we'll absolutely go to 51 cents. Now from there, could we see a correction? Of course we could. We've seen it before. So you want to analyze the charts, you want to look at the indicators, you want to see what's going on with the company and the news. But let's get into the news and why I think this is going to be a very bullish week for Mullen. Coffee break. So I got these months and days right here. You're probably wondering what the heck is this? These are the months that Mullen put out news. All right, so I just went back to May. And in May of 2022, Mullen put out 9 pieces of news. In June of 2022, they put out 6 pieces of news. July, 4 pieces. August, 7 pieces. September, 7 pieces. October, 6 pieces. November, 5 pieces. December, 7 pieces. In January, they've only put out 2 pieces of news. Now we have 2 more days after today. We have Monday and Tuesday until January is over. If you look at what Mullen has done, do you really think they're only going to put 2 pieces of news out? They put a piece of news out on Thursday and Friday of last week. We saw some movements. I've explained with news sometimes, most of the times you get green days, but sometimes you get red days. So on the days that they put out news, which was Thursday, okay, so Wednesday was the meeting, we went green. Thursday, they put out the first piece of news. We went red. Friday, they put out another piece of news. We ended green. Saturday, Sunday closed. So Monday's coming around tomorrow. What's going to happen? Because in the past, they've put out news back to back to back. And they've always put out more than 4 pieces of news in a month. So do you think Mullen will keep it up and put out at least 4 pieces of news, which would be tomorrow and Tuesday? And that will get us above these trend lines and into that zone that I'm talking about? Or do you think they're not going to do any news tomorrow and Tuesday and we might just trade sideways, or we might even go lower? Okay, if you saw my chart, I'll show you real quick. I do have a buy zone of about 29.5 cents. So if we do come down, that would be a great buying opportunity in my opinion, but I don't know if we will, because this setup is looking pretty solid to move to the upside. Again, RSI looks great, stochastic looks great on the daily, the charts look great, it's lining up exactly with what I've been analyzing. So it's really up to Mullen and dropping this news, or it's gonna be an interesting Monday and Tuesday for sure. That's it, guys. So you got a little bit in my head today of how I look at the charts with the news and how Mullen moves and how it's been moving the last couple months, okay? Because we have big movements over the last couple months, especially back in May. We had a huge run. And in May, we got how many pieces of news? Well, we got 9 pieces of news. So is January and February going to be the months where we have our next biggest run? What do you think? Let me know down below. Don't forget to like this video if you got some value. Enjoy your Sunday. Spend time, family, friends, whoever it may be. And we'll see you tomorrow.